ruined New York hip hop. He spun it back around on me talking about I ruined New York hip hop, and then all of his fans and fanatics ran with that. But first it was 50 Cent who ruined New York hip hop. Y'all know. Nobody wanted to work together. People who was already popping in the city was like, everybody was hemming and hawing and soft shoeing because nobody wanted to work together because 50 Cent was so popping. So that's where that narrative comes from. Now, Rosenberg, if we were to really go through the documentation of the amount of opportunity given to New York rappers in my term or in my tenure at Hot 97, how do you think I would fare when you really grade it?
Well, I mean, there's two different tenures for you, obviously, that are it's relevant to point out between being program director and between being program director and on air host. So hit this
Happy Chinooka.
Hit the Happy Chinooka button. You ran with the narrative because you thought it was fun and good promo. But
no, I love it. I mean, but it was me and 50 going back and forth.
Right, and that's a fun thing to do. But the truth is, it was a completely invalid statement. It was 50 being Trump, which he is in a lot of ways. 50 was Trump. He knows he divided hip-hop, and so he turned it on someone else. It was complete nonsense, but you ran with it because it was fun.
Yeah, I still don't mind.
But it's not, by the way, it's not even true that 50, quote-unquote, ruined New York hip-hop, but he did it more than you did. Neither of you did, by the way. The problem was riding. And people I did it again. It's people copycatting other people. And when New York lost its creativity and wanted to start sounding like the South, that to me is when things fell off a cliff. It really wasn't about any program director or one artist. It was about lazy people, lazy DJs too. Lazy DJs who were like, the hot thing's Atlanta.
But one, I also think to some degree you would factor in there the internet, right? And social media where things...
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times. I had to tap in real quick. So boom, 50 Cent caught wind of what Ebro and Rosenberg was saying yesterday after their exit from Hot 97. They took it to their own YouTube channel and started revisiting old narratives, including that whole who killed New York hip-hop conversation. Now, if y'all remember, years ago, 50 was already pushing back on that, saying, how are you blaming me when you're the program director? You're the one controlling what gets played. I actually dropped a link in the description where y'all can watch that full breakdown. Well, 50 wasn't having it. He hopped online and said, that's why I put a word in to get your show ticket off the air. You can't just go around saying nasty things about people. And of course, he threw the emoji on it. And honestly, 50's been on one all week. Ever since that documentary dropped, he's been going at anybody with something to say about him. If you're a public figure and your name is ringing online, he's mocking it, clowning it, reposting it. He even fired back at Dr. Umar. 50 is clearly in full attack mode right now. Now, I want to keep it 1,000 about what Ebro and Rosenberg said, because I can't fully disagree. I call it dying in the middle. I've disagreed with Ebro on plenty of things over the years. The gatekeeping, the talking down to people, acting like he owned the platform instead of working there, moving disrespectfully on purpose at times, refusing to update his style, just coming off outdated, washed and stuck in that this is my job, deal with it energy. I never rocked with that. But on this specific point, nah, he's got to hold some of that blame. You can't escape it. The energy you set on that show mattered. Not just toward New York artists, but everybody. And beyond that, you were the program director. You were directly working with labels. You helped decide what gets pushed, who gets opportunities, who's next up, and who gets left behind. That's power. You were also the messenger for the labels, relaying what they wanted, what sound they were looking for, all of that. And now you're at Apple in an even bigger position? You can't sit in a role like that and act like you carry zero responsibility for the outcome. That's not how it works. Labels and radio stations have deals in place. This industry isn't organic like people think. It's not just about who works the hardest or who the fans love the most. That's just not reality. So yeah, I understand what they were saying, and on that front, I agree with them. At the same time, let's be real about 52. When you're beefing with everybody and you're the top guy, the city doesn't matter, that creates division. And when you've got that much power, that much influence, and a legendary classic album behind you, people start choosing sides. That kind of split can hurt the culture too. That's my take. Stay on your pivot, man. Yo, check this out. Let's keep it 100. If people can't just make it work in the studio, that's always been part of the game. You know how it goes. Hey bro, let's get it together on the music. This person can't work with that person. That producer? Nah, can't be around this guy. He'll throw off the vibe. That's been real forever. So yeah, 50 Cent has to take some responsibility in all this tension, but that ain't the full picture. The problem goes deeper. It's not just 50 Cent or Ebro. People were taking shots from all sides. You had folks from New York or the East Coast adopting more of the Southern sound and completely changing the vibe. And let's keep it real, it ain't hitting the same. Meanwhile, the South? Bro, the South is crazy talented. Texas, Florida, Tennessee, everywhere. These artists can rap, freestyle, make hits, and have the full package. The South has been running the game for over 20 years now, no cap. Combine that with the West Coast flavor, the litness, the style, it's just not the dominant force anymore. People have options, and they've been spoiled with them for a minute. You remember when Joe said, "What is everybody so mad at the South for?" He got that from Jada. The South brought a vibe that New York loved when it came through, but lately, the younger generation has gone straight drill. I like some drill tracks, but now drill is defining the New York sound, and it makes you ask, what's the real New York identity anymore? That shift hurts. Then there's the internet factor. Everyone can drop their own style, their own flavor, anywhere. The gatekeeping power of radio and labels, gone. Artists have options. Some still sign to majors for exposure, sure, but a lot of them are saying, I got a buzz, I got distribution, I'm good. Labels can't control hip-hop or the narrative anymore. So yeah, 50 Cent does what 50 does, Ebro and Rosenberg do what they do, pushing that narrative, but the culture is shifted, and that's the bigger picture. The game isn't controlled by just a few people anymore. The South, the internet, the independent movement, it all plays a role. I wanted to break that down because it's a conversation that needs to happen. Keep it 1,000 and tell me what y'all think. More videos coming, more analysis, more insight. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, before we jump into the next part of the video, I've got a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now. It really helps the channel grow and lets me know that you're enjoying what I do. When you subscribe, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of my new uploads. I post fresh videos every week, full of tips, stories, and fun stuff that I know you'll love. Also, drop a comment below and tell me what kind of content you want to see next. I actually read all of your comments and love hearing your ideas. Who knows, your suggestion might be in the next video. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You're the reason this channel keeps growing, and I appreciate every single one of you. All right, that's it for now. If you haven't yet, go ahead and click subscribe before you forget. And let's keep this journey going together. Now back to the video.